We'll look at how Bill Phillips started his enterprise for $180 and turned that into a $300 million empire without using the internet. Hey everyone, this is Christopher Brown here again from alphalifestyleacademy.com. Before we get started, there's 150 ways to get more referrals when most companies only know one or two of them. See how I use these methods to do nearly $15,000 from my $100 product in just 6 hours, all from referrals, by downloading your free step-by-step blueprint and audiobook at 90daymillionaire.alphalifestyleacademy.com. Now back to the video. Now, in Damon John's book from Shark Tank, The Power of Broke, he explains that when you have access to capital, you can go easy on yourself. When you're broke or have limited funds, you have to find more creative ways to fund your enterprise, and these companies typically end up more successful. Now, Bill Phillips started his enterprise for $180 and turned that into a $300 million fitness empire without using the internet. Now, do not think just because you are not in the fitness industry, this does not apply to you. Look at the principles he's using and apply it into your enterprise. In 1985, Bill Phillips started Mile High Publishing, which was a small newsletter for bodybuilders that he wrote and printed from his mother's garage. He funded it with $180 that he made mowing lawns. In 1991, Bill Phillips then began working with doctors, research scientists to develop performance-based products that could help athletes with building bigger muscles and burning fat. The newsletter set himself up for future success because it established himself as the most respected expert in his field, where he affiliated himself with nutrition brands that people respect his recommendations and earn commissions from his recommendations, similar to what many fitness influencers are doing today on Instagram. He built an audience of people who respected his recommendations, so when he launched his ESA nutrition brand, it seemed to be an overnight success. In 1992, Bill Phillips then moved out of his mother's home and changed the publication's format to a magazine. He named it Muscle Media 2000. The magazine launched in March of 1992. In 1997, through Muscle Media 2000, he launched a Lamborghini fitness competition, which included 10 $10,000 fitness contracts and one $50,000 contract and a $250,000 Lamborghini, which then gave the company the growth that they needed. Tip: back in the 1990s, Bill Phillips used direct mail the same way that many companies use email today. They offered a contest, he built a large database of people wanting to build muscle and lose weight, and then he began consistently marketing to them. Now, if you understand the buyer's pyramid, when his competitors are going after those ready to buy, Bill Phillips captured an audience who were considering it, so he did not lose those potential customers off to his competitors at a later date. Throughout the late 1990s, Bill Phillips launched a series of books, including his Body for Life book series, that he sold through bookstores, which was really a sales pitch disguised as information that educated his readers on the importance of using EAS products. Bill Phillips sold 6 million copies of his Body for Life books. Even if only 10% became customers of his products, that's still 600,000 customers, which is not an outrageous number to expect. In 1999, EAS generated $165 million in sales, which later they sold the company for $300 million. The purpose of advertising is to build a following, because when somebody has put in the effort to build a large following that they can send out a message to that following, they only need a small percentage of that following to respond to the message to reach their income goals. However, it may take a large financial investment to build a following large enough to reach their financial goal, an investment that many of you don't have. Because of the competitive nature of online advertising, many smaller companies lose money in advertising because much of online advertising is done on a bidding process. So whoever is willing to pay the most per click to get a visit to their website wins. So you have to be really smart to understand buyers' behavior and run profitable ads. However, if you use direct response advertising, which is similar to the same type of advertising that companies were using during the 1920s, 30s, and 40s, In those times, companies were less concerned with getting their name known and getting out there, and were more concerned with making sales. Internet companies that use direct response advertising can typically get $4.80 in return for every dollar that they invest into advertising. So if your goal is to make a six-figure income, you would have to spend $25,000 to make $120,000 because you have business expenses, so that would give you an additional $20,000 to help pay for your expenses. But just think, how much easier it would be to find somebody who is already successful, send out a message to their following endorsing you and what you have to offer. Now, this does not only work within the fitness industry. Now, if you've seen any of our previous videos, you know the first time I did this, I made a deal with Joe Brelton, who sent out an email to his customer base endorsing me and my product. And over the next 6 hours after sending out that email, that turned into nearly $15,000. The second time I did this, I did a project with Al Nin, where we landed a deal with his dentist, where we reached out to several beauty salons, provided them with marketing material, where we landed 3,200 new patients in the first 90 days at an average of $2,000 per patient for a total of $6.5 million over the next 12 months. People love the idea of using somebody else's following to build their customer base, but going from idea to putting this into action is too much to ask for so many smaller companies. So we created a shortcut with this free step-by-step blueprint so you can experience the same results for yourself. Download your free blueprint and audiobook at 90daymillionaire.alphalifestyleacademy.com.